Anointed Warriors. What up, spiritual family? And welcome back to Mount Fitness MBS Ministry, where I am your host, Brother Mongoose. And if you're tuning in for the first time, guys, I am both a minister and a philosopher. Now, if you'd like some information about what makes me a different kind of minister and what makes this a different kind of ministry, I've just given you a hint as to what makes this a different kind of ministry, because I'm both a minister and a philosopher. But I'd like to give you a little bit more details about that towards the end of the video. But for now, let me thank you for tuning in. To all of you guys that may be tuning in for the first time, and all of you guys that are in between first-time subscribers and supporters of the ministry, anywhere between that and to my long-time subscribers and supporters. Hey, listen, special shout goes out to you guys. As always, I do appreciate it, man. I know there's a lot going on, and I know there's a whole bunch of different, research materials and all kinds of different things that you could be doing with your time to just trying to navigate the terrain and things of that nature. And yet you've chosen to see what a humble servant such as myself has to say. And I do appreciate that, man. I like to think that at least for this time and period, perhaps even beyond this, it's up to him. But for now, if you're consistently, checking out this ministry and, your heart's in the right place and just trying to grow and evolve, and this ministry is providing you with a service, for you to do so, then that means you're assigned to this ministry. You're assigned to this ministry. And that means that this ministry is assigned to you. God doesn't make mistakes. If you're tuning in on a regular, if you're making your, monetary donations, if you're hitting the likes and all this good stuff, and your heart is in the right place, and I know that the overwhelming majority, if not all of you guys, hearts are in the right place, and that means this ministry is assigned to you. You're assigned to this ministry. So let's get on with it. I want to caveat that by saying, the reason I say mostly all of you guys, we all got haters. You got haters on the job and they come to your desk. That don't mean that they're there to support you. They're watching you, they're checking you out. But that don't mean that their heart is in the right place. So that's what I meant by that, man. But anyway, either way, we know God is in control. We're going to get on with today's message, man. We're talking about, you got to stop. And I'm not talking about you personally, but all of us collectively, including myself. We have to stop rewarding negative behavior. We have to just stop it, man. We have to stop it, and we have to stop excusing it. And this is true when it comes to ourselves as well. We got to stop excusing negative behavior. When it comes to our own selves, man, again, this is a part of this system and this culture that we've been born into, the world culture for that matter, to where you have the right to treat somebody poorly because they treated you poorly. And you may take a zoomed in approach on that and say, well, you know what? Brother Minister, that's right. And to some extent, it may be right. But if you'll pardon my French, as my dad used to say, I could put a windshield wiper on a monkey's ass. I could do that. Does that mean it's a good idea? Does that mean it's just because I can do it, I should do it? So we got to stop this, man. Because oftentimes that's a go-to. That's a go-to move. It's been embedded within us. It's a go-to move. And it's a go-to move that becomes an excuse. The overwhelming majority of times, people have not crossed that uncrossable line. And because we're in this excuse-based culture, society, and excuse-based times, even though they didn't cross the uncrossable line, hey, they treated me wrong. They treated me unfair. They was disrespectful to me. I have every right to treat them that way back, and it's an excuse. We're called to do more, and we're called to be more. Those of us who carry the light. So we got to get past this, man. We got to stop rewarding it. You may be rewarding it in terms of a promotion that you got. You say you got a reward because all you had to do was sign on a dotted line this petition that you knew was frivolous. This petition against someone else whose the position was rightfully theirs. But you signed on a dotted line because guess what? If they don't get the position, then it becomes rightfully yours. And there's an element for you to excuse that poor behavior, to get the reward from that poor behavior. And we got to stop this, man. The world is going to hell in a handbasket with this turn the other cheek / reward poor behavior. We got to stop it. Collectively, it's in vogue. It's in vogue. You see and this began way back in the day with the shows like the chaotic shows, or the Jerry Springer shows, and all the other shows where it's just about chaos and people fighting and screaming, and that ain't my baby daddy, the baby is yours, that ain't my baby. All these kinds of shows that just promoted chaos. And they got rewarded for that chaos. And it just trickled out to now, this is where we're in. Hey man, listen, let me tell you something. Don't come around me with no negative, disingenuous, insincere behavior, conduct, energy, and thinking I'm going to reward you with my time, with my attention, with my conversation, with my energy, with my compliments, with anything about me. Because I'm happy to disappoint you in that regards. I will not. And I'm encouraging you to stop it as well. Stop rewarding negativity, man. Stop letting people treat you foul, disrespectful, and stop knowing that people are disingenuous with you. But you reward them with your time, your energy, your compliments, whatever. Just stop it already. You're teaching people collectively, and you've taught yourself, for those of you that this may be resonating with, you taught yourself and you're teaching others that this conduct is cool. Like this is how you get it done. We know what it means to reward poor behavior. You're condoning it. You are an enabler. Somebody wants your attention. Somebody wants your assistance, your guidance, just a conversation from you or whatever. And then they come over here with all this disingenuous, negative energy that's designed to show you, hey, look, I'm pouting. Hey, look, I'm demanding your energy. I'm forcing you to give me your energy or your attention or your assistance. And until you do, I'm just going to stand here and mean mug and evil eye and make rude, condescending, sarcastic, snarky statements. I'm going to do all these things until you say, hey, good morning, James. Hey, good morning, Paula. No. Because that when you do that, that person goes right on down the road and say, well, yeah, this is how I get the attention I want. This is how it works. You got to mistreat people. You got to be openly disingenuous and foul with people. And so when we do these things, when we reward that negative energy, that disingenuous energy, that nonsense in ourselves, in collective society, this is what we're promoting. We may not be intentionally promoting it, but you're promoting it nevertheless. These people that have these kinds of complexes, they think that when you don't reward their misbehavior, their poor conduct, they think that you're arrogant. They think that you want them to kiss your behind. You see, I know it sounds weird, but you become the dysfunctional person in that situation. You become the person that's not being fair. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds weird. But these are the times that we're living in because everybody out there has rewarded this person or these people time and time again. And they've surrendered and given these people attention and love and encouragement and kind words and all of these different things when they knew that this person or these people were fake, were disingenuous, was mean-spirited, was spiritual and emotional bullies. And they rewarded them nevertheless. Hey, yes, oh yeah, I'll give you a ride. Oh, yes, please, yes, I'll take the paperwork upstairs for you. Yeah, I got a compliment for you. I got a word of encouragement for you. This is 5 to 6 categories beneath day-to-day dysfunctionality. I mean, this is not average dysfunctionality. It's just not that there's a average dysfunctionality, but to as a point of reference, the day-to-day average dysfunctionality is the person who's in that situation. They don't know or they don't care. They've been taught to say, hey, when I want attention, when I want a compliment, when I want validation, this is what I do, and darn it, this is how I get it. That's day-to-day dysfunctionality. That dysfunctionality subtracted tenfold is people that know and give in anyway. Particularly when the people that I'm talking about specifically is the people that have the light, the people whose eyes have been opened to see, hey man, look, that's dysfunctionality. And they yield anyway. Those are the people, those who yield anyway. And I don't care if it's your spouse, I don't care if it's your child, your parent, your best friend. I'm not making light of any of the difficulties that comes along with you standing on that standard. But at the end of the day, what other cause do we serve? What other purpose are we here for? We're here to set an example. We're here to set a beacon to say, hey, listen, that's bad behavior. It's poor conduct. You'll get no attention from me. You get no compliment from me. You get no conversation from me. Now, I'm not gonna be rude. I'm not gonna become dysfunctional or retaliatory. And if there's a conversation or question that needs to be asked or answered, I'm gonna do so in a very professional and a very methodical, and stoic way. It's not going to be any engagement beyond that. Because we can see that this is why this madness continues to spread. That person goes home, he treats his wife that way, sulking, pouting, misbehaving. She yields or he yields. A person goes right to work the next day. Oh, this is how it goes. Then they get the person on the elevator. Then the person at lunch spot. Then the person at the lunch spot. Then they go even to church. Wherever they go, I want validation. I demand validation. I demand assistance. You're not going to get any assistance with that kind of conduct or behavior. And again, I'm sorry, but I'm just not sorry. We have to draw a line in the sand. And here's a little cheat sheet. If you've been awakened to the fact that this is narcissistic, dysfunctional energy, and you're not partaking in it, then the line in the sand has already been drawn. The separation between the wheats and the tares have already taken place. It's just that if you're out there doing that, you have decided that even though you're a wheat, you're going to force feed the tares. And you're going to keep force feeding them until they tear you right on down. I'd rather walk alone in the right direction than to walk with the masses in the wrong direction. Not a part of that, guys. I don't reward poor behavior, poor conduct. And sometimes you get it across the board. Sometimes you get it from all angles, particularly if you carry this light. Not a lot of people have the energy that you have. So you may get it from spouse, children, parents, friends. You may get it from the whole shebang, where they're seeking to bully you by way of poor treatment, sarcastic statements, retaliations, and becoming vengeful and spiteful because you didn't give them the attention or the energy that they wanted. And the reason that you didn't is because they didn't deserve it. Not that you're trying to be some upstanding, oh, you got to meet my standard type of guy or girl. You just refuse to say, hey, man, that's rude. That's disrespectful. That's mean-spirited. That's inconsiderate. And it's obvious, it's blatant, and it's also unacceptable and inexcusable. No. You don't get any attention from me. You don't get any comments, any encouragement, any motivation. Because I'm learned enough to know that when I do that, you're going to go out there and that's going to become your modus operandi. For most people, it already has. And we all know this. So we got to stop this. We got to stop rewarding bad behavior, man. And we got to stop rewarding it in ourselves. So what, you got the spouse? So what, you got the hot girl on the block, the handsome guy with the nice car, the promotion. You went out and got those rewards because you sacrificed your integrity. You was all the things that you stand against in order for you to get those things. But you justified it within your own self. Now, if that's who you've been, fine. Stop it. Make a course change. Make a course correction. That's not who you are. And you don't need to justify or reward your own poor behavior and poor conduct to get the job. You don't need to. No. You don't need to do it. The job that's meant for you, the spouse that's meant for you, the breakthrough that's meant for you, it'll come when it's supposed to come. Don't rationalize. Don't justify. And don't reward that poor energy, that negative energy, and negative steps that you may have to take in order for you to get the spouse, a promotion, whatever. No, we got to stop this, because that leads to you becoming, okay, this is how I get it. This is how I get the next promotion. This is how I get the next level of respect. I treated this guy, this girl that way, disrespectfully, and so and so, and all these other ways. And they gave me the compliment that I wanted. They gave me the promotion that I wanted. So this is how it works. The devil is a lie. So we got to call these things out, man. We got to call these things out wherever we find them, wherever we see them. Spouses, children, loved ones, strangers, and in ourselves as well. Now, we don't have to walk around here and be perfect, but we should walk around here and strive for perfection. It's not perfection itself. Perfection itself is not required for perfection. The only thing that's required for perfection is the pursuit of perfection. As long as you're pursuing perfection, whether you've attained it, whether you'll ever attain it or not, is secondary. What's primary, what actually amounts to perfection, is the pursuit of perfection. And I'm not talking about in this misguided sense of being a perfectionist. I'm just talking about not settling for less, not being less, not becoming less. And we all know what good, clean, upright human conduct and energy, as well as behavior, looks like. We know what it looks like. We know what it feels like. In this day and age, we can close our eyes and be in a totally dark room and let somebody walk in that dark room with our eyes closed, and we could read that person's energy. Some of us are more astute than others, but this is what the good books means when he says he will pour out his spirit on all of mankind. We all have this ability during these last days and times where we all can sense someone's energy. And you'll see it out there right now. Somebody may slip and fall. One guy starts laughing, they all start laughing. So in a nutshell, as I wrap this up, we got to stop it, man. Be that guy. I'm always talking about faith over fear and truth over tradition. Be that guy, be that girl who say, man, listen, the truth about the matter is that's dysfunctional. And before I go at work or the family reunion or whatever it is, and be amongst all these disingenuous people with this negative bullying energy, this disingenuous, fake, decepticonic, narcissistic energy, hey, on lunch break, I'll just go sit at that table. I'll take the so-called shaming, the mocking, the ridicule, the rumors, the smear campaigns. I'm standing in faith over here. And I'm standing on this standard of conduct, of behavior. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to kiss up to me. All you have to do is just try. Be genuine. Be about the cause. And whenever I sense that good, clean energy, it doesn't matter to me if you're struggling, if you're having a bad day, if your energy's off, if you're going through a trying moment and you're not being very positive. In fact, you're being negative at that time. We've all been there. So I can see you in those type of storms. It's not going to bother me. I'm reading your intention. Like, is your intention to deal with this in whatever way that you can, or is your intention to project this out on others, to tear down others, to retaliate against others? Okay, well then, if that's what you're into, then again, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. You'll get nothing from me. And that's the way I'm encouraging you guys to be. to stop rewarding negativity. If you'd like more information on how this ministry can unfold this for you, if you'd like some research material, some prayer, some motivation, whatever the case may be, please know that I'm going to leave an email link down in the description box to encourage you, to inspire you, to motivate you, to stop rewarding nonsense. Some people you just got to let go, and some people you just got to let be. Hey, I got to work here, but I don't have to associate with you. Whatever the case may be, man, if you need some advice, some information, prayer, whatever the case may be, hit that email link down in the description box. Now, let's talk about what makes this a different kind of ministry. In a nutshell, guys, this ministry is not based on religion, period. Point blank, case closed in a discussion. Although this ministry does trace its roots back to religion, this ministry is not limited by religion, which is to say that this ministry is not based on religion in and of itself. This ministry is based on a holistic approach to life, to health, to wellness, and to running the race that he has set before us. These things are expressed by the services and the beliefs that are provided by this ministry. So this ministry takes a holistic mind, body, and spirit approach, which says that when we do something each and every day for our minds, our bodies, and our spirit, something very specific, and we merge and balance, the prioritization each and every day of our minds, our bodies, and our spirit, then it makes us more fulfilled as human beings, and it makes us more potent when it comes to advancing his kingdom. Now, the services that are provided by this ministry in order to attain the end goal that I just mentioned, these services consist of experiential-based philosophical consultative services for the mind, ISSA certified fitness training for the body, and clean-hearted spiritual teachings and practices for the spirit and for the soul. Additional services in which this holistic approach is encapsulated consist of good old-fashioned motivational speaking, as well as youth and young adult mentoring and counseling. For more information about exactly what these services consist of, how they're implemented, and how they're going to be beneficial to you, should you choose to invest in the real world, should you choose to invest, how they're going to be beneficial to you, then please watch a video that's titled MBS Service Tutorial. If you have any additional questions, again, hit that email link, and you can also schedule your initial consultation and evaluation in any or all of the services that are provided by this ministry. Again, that email link down in the description. Please visit the physical fitness branch of the ministry located at mountfitnessmbs.com to get a little bit of information and insight when it comes to my experience and expertise in the field of diet, fitness training, all that kinds of good stuff. Now, what makes me a different kind of minister? You're going to want to watch a video as close to soon as possible as it relates to the possibility of you coming back to this ministry. There's a video that's titled My Testimony and Disclosure. The reason why it's so important, guys, is because that testimony is not for everybody. The reason why it's so important on the other end of the pendulum is that it could be very motivating. It could be inspiring for you. Pardon me. Could be uplifting to you, may inspire you to assist this ministry in whatever way that you can. But at a very minimum, if you're on this side of that coin, it's going to inspire you to take a look at your own testimony, to be, encouraged, inspired, motivated, and even that much more determined by him to keep pushing forward, because he's always been there for you. You know it, and I know it. So on either sides of that coin, if the ministry's not for you, why wait? Watch that video as soon as possible. If the ministry is for you, inspiration, motivation, encouragement, all that good stuff, why wait? So don't tarry in watching that video, guys. That's what I got for you guys. Hey, listen, I love you guys. You guys know that. I'm faithfully confident that you guys can recognize the truth when you see it, when you hear it, and when you feel it. And by his power and authority, I believe that you guys are being able to see it, hear it, and feel it. That's what I got for you guys. I mentioned everything that I like to mention, but I want to encourage you guys to get out each and every day. Now that you know what this ministry stands for, now that you're supporting this ministry, what are you going to do today to strengthen, to nourish, and revitalize the mental you? To strengthen, nourish, and revitalize the physical you? To strengthen, nourish, and revitalize the spiritual you? What are you going to do? What are you going to fail to do? What are you not going to do? Not cool, guys, when it comes to what you're not going to do. If you'd like some information about what you can do, something that's sound, practical, result-oriented, and does not take nearly as amount of time that you may think it does, reach out to this ministry. Again, same email link. Now, what else do I got for you guys? Hey, let me ask you, did you get some out of today's message? If the answer is yes, I'd also like to ask you, even if the answer is no, I'd like to ask you, do you think there's anybody on the face of this planet that could get something, that today's message could have value to? If the answer to either of those questions is yes, then please give back to this ministry and take the initiative to hit that share button and take a message that has value to you, pay that message forward, allow that same message to go out there, and then also provide value in the lives of others. Isn't that what we're here for, guys? So please hit the share button and give back to this ministry additionally by way of subscribing to the channel if you aren't already subscribed, and by helping the ministry grow by way of the YouTube algorithm when you also hit the share button. Hit the bell icon if you'd like to receive a notification every time I upload a new message. I believe I mentioned the physical fitness branch of the ministry at mountfitnessmbs.com. And if the Holy Spirit moves you to make a monetary donation in support of this ministry, please remember that no amount is too small. I'm going to leave a Cash App link down in the description for that. Now, having said that, guys, no matter how you express your charity towards this ministry, whether it's a financial donation, a charity of love, a charity of word of encouragement, liking, sharing, subscribing, all that good stuff, whatever seed you pour into this ministry, whatever good seed that you pour into this ministry, may you receive an abundant harvest, shaken down, pressed together, and running over, according to his riches, his power, and his glory in heaven. Those are his words coming through the mouth that he has created, coming through what we would call my mouth. But those are his words, guys. So receive it by faith. I love you guys. I'm going to get out of here. But as always, I encourage you guys to live a life that prioritizes faith over fear, truth over tradition, knowledge over nonsense, love over lust, and people over profit. That's what I got for you guys. I love y'all. I'll see you in the next one. I am Brother Minister Mongoose. Go out there now. Stop rewarding poor behavior. See it, call it out, don't reward it, move on. That's if it's in yourself or others. So I am Brother Minister Mongoose, and I will holler back. Peace.